That's crazy. Oh well. Hey, what's up guys? G here. Welcome back to another video. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. Uh very bad day in the market today. But today I'm going to do an update on Lucid. There's a few questions on what's going on with Lucid and where do I see this going, and I might have been a little harsh on our last video, but by the way, I'm not an investor in this one, but I do want to cover it and give you guys my opinion, and hopefully you guys find value in today's video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I do other videos, so maybe you find something that you like on my channel. But today, not a terrible day. Surprisingly, it's only down 1%, a little over 1%, 8 cents. The range for it was 17.18 so to 7.62. This is the very good part here. You have a lot of volume coming in. On average, you have 22 million, and then today had a 38 million volume day. So that seems kind of bullish, low-key, short-term, especially since it's not down too much. So I think some people are starting to step in the stock, maybe for a short-term rally or something. But let's go first and talk about a little bit about the news and some stuff that came out this week, and then we'll take a look at the chart, and then I think we'll be ready for next week. So like I said, I'm not invested in Lucid. I think they have a lot to prove for me to actually be more optimistic on the stock. But we're still going to look at a few different things because they do have some good things that came out this week. So one of the very first things that I noticed is they have a battery deal. We'll talk a little bit about that deal. They also did get a price raise, which I'll show you guys in just a second. And then we do have some negative stuff as well. And this is some of the stuff we covered in our last stream. Some of the reservations have been falling. What's his name? Elon was talking about possibly, going poof, bankrupt. And then also recession, and that's basically across all stocks, not just Lucid, not just Polestar, just across the board, honestly. And anything related to high growth and stuff will definitely be affected. So let me go ahead and show you guys what happened this week. Obviously down 15%. 15%. Hold on. This is not right. This is not right. Anyway. It's down a lot for the last month. I'll show you guys the trend, and we've been in a downtrend for a while. But this is one of the good news that came out. The Lucid announced a partnership with Panasonic Energy for a multi-year supply lithium-ion batteries. This is going to help them grow and meet demand as they ramp up production into 2023. So that is very good for 2023. It starts manufacturing the Gravity SUV. I think they're a little bit thinking too far ahead into this. I think they need to focus on getting these numbers for this year. If you guys know, they've already cut their guidance from 25 or something to 14 and 12,000, and then they cut it down to 7 or 6. I can't remember. So just, I think that's the first step for them to continue to, continue to operate, and then we can, start thinking about a Gravity SUV. But I think the deal with Panasonic is great because well, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I would say. It can be good or bad. It can be good if like inflation stays pretty elevated, sticky, or however you want to pronounce that. Then they're pretty much locked in with supply, and they're also gonna, I guess I'm not sure of how the planning or the paying pricing goes, but they'll be priced in at a pretty decent market value. The double-edged sword is like, let's say the demand falls. Then there'll be plenty supply, so that means that a lot of the supply value will also go down. So it might be where the deal doesn't work out in their favor, but that's really up to the economy and see how things unfold. If the economy starts going into a recession and stuff like that, which a lot of people are talking about, then demand should come down, and then supply will go up, and then prices will come down. So regardless, I think they're taking a step forward, which I think is great to position themselves for next year. So that's very good. That's one thing I did notice, and I think it's great. And then we talked a little bit about Tesla and how Elon was talking about them possibly going bankrupt. Lucid won't survive for too long. There isn't, there's like a backdoor for them. Hopefully, if they can survive through some of these harder times, then it could be the next Tesla, right? But I'm just gonna wait on the sidelines until then. This is very optimistic here. Bank of America gives a price target of $21, and price is currently only at $7. So if you want to be I don't know if you want to, if you completely believe in analysts and stuff like to the bone. I don't, but if you know, I take this with a grain of salt. But they do have a price target of $21, so that was a little bit optimism, some bullish catalyst that came out, but I still definitely want to see the numbers, the production, deliveries, and all that before considering it a $21 stock. So that is basically all. The Lucid order book really isn't growing as fast, and his reservations fell last quarter. EV Maker also has lotted up for, also has a lot lined up for 2023. So its stock already will remain volatile. It could be an interesting one to watch from here. It definitely is. It's definitely coming down to $7. Polestar's down at $4 or $5. But you know, so these are sometimes buying opportunities, right? You want to buy when people are fearful. But for me personally, I'm going to still stay away from it. But I'm not going to be too harsh on Lucid. I think some people own stock way above the average price. So, you know, it's your decision to keep the stock or sell it, or and then, you know, buy lower, or, you know, I'll leave that up to you guys. But just talking a little bit about these cancellations, these reservations, I don't think this is a good practice for them. You know, the fall in reservations. So people are trying to cancel the reservations, and we talked a little bit, we spoke about this last time, but I was just going to show you guys a little bit a rundown on that. So basically, customers are being called up about 14 times before, you know, they can actually cancel their Lucid, and it's pretty unethical practice, I would say. It's just a hassle, honestly. It's like when the insurance company or whoever wants to call you, like a scam call, basically. But basically, let me close some of these ads really quick so they get in the way. Yeah, so the Lucid, the salesman, they will get the call to cancel their reservation. That can take up to 24 hours, because they're going to be calling them like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, call 3 or 4 more times on consecutive days. And then if that employee can't get the sale back, then they move it up to an active order, and they have the case manager to look at it. And then the case manager calls them several times. So for 4 or 5 days, yeah, it's just a lot. So I think that's like very unethical practice. I just think a lot of people, if they want to cancel it, just, you know, let them, you know, walk, and just build a good community, a good customer service, a good environment for people, and then they can come back. But if you make it a hassle, then people probably won't come back. So that's one of the bad news, but we talked about that last time, so I won't go too much into that. There's actually some optimism news, doesn't reflect in the stock price, but Lucid is starting to open up in Europe, at least their third location, their retail locations coming in. So they announced their first sales and service center in the Netherlands, and then they also received a 5-star rating from European Safety Assessment. Now, I haven't read too much into this, but it does look positive. It doesn't really reflect in the stock price, but very solid developments for the EV maker, which has been hit hard by macro forces thus this year. The fact that the company is expanding to new markets in its vehicles are clearly and it's, yeah, are of the highest quality, may viewed positively on the most days. So, however, this market that we're in, yeah, don't get me started on the current market we're in. We're taking a falling knife right now. So, yeah, I would just be patient with this one right now. There's a lot of volatility, and news coming out doesn't really affect the price. But I do have some good and bad news as well. They are trying to expand into China, or there's I guess rumors that they're trying to get into the China market and stuff. And basically, I think this is good and bad, because I guess from a market wise, it's kind of already crowded in China from the manufacturers and also from the market. So basically, you would be competing against NIO, Li Auto. So entering China could be a very positive, but there also could be concerns. Like I said, NIO, Li Auto, some others continue to generate strong production numbers. But then there's also this COVID policies and stuff that could also backfire to them. So it's kind of a, you know, it's too early to tell how that's going to play out. I think in the short term it might be negative, because there are companies in the stock market that have ties to China, and those get hit hard with any negative China press. And so if Lucid's going to be tied to any China market and stuff, it could also be affected. So that's like another negative to entering the China market. But, and so that's why it's kind of bad in the short term, right? Because there's a lot of tensions with China and the US right now. But then down the road, it could actually help them. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually join the China market as just a selling like an opportunity, or they're actually gonna start building out like manufacturing plantations or whatever out there, and start building stuff out there. Because I think if they start building their vehicles out there, I ideally think it's cheaper for them. But if they're just selling, I mean, that'd be the same thing. They'll produce them here, Saudi Arabia, I'm not sure, and then they would ship them out to that. But regardless, like I said, they've got a lot of competition there, and then yeah, it's going to be a difficult road to travel, particularly when it already operates at a loss, as we face an increasing likely global recession. So a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles they need to get through. But if you guys believe in the company, definitely continue doing your research, and it might benefit in the long term. Yeah, so while it will be a while before Lucid begins operations, it has begun to look into hiring in the country. And although China could present long-term growth opportunities for Lucid, it won't be an immediate boost. So kind of like what I said, and it will likely be a short-term negative and long-term positive. Perhaps some of these concerns are why shares are yet making new lows. So like I said, I guess maybe the market didn't really know how to take this news, especially with all the rising tensions in China. Not to even mention some of the semiconductor news, so just a lot to take in. And overall, the market's been down the last 3-4 days, so I think that's another reflection of what's going on with the price. So I have one more article, and this is another good thing. So I think for the most part, I've shared some pretty good some pretty good knowledge, or some DD that I picked up on some of these articles. This is a great one. Lucid's no longer Tesla's no longer the fastest production car ever. So Lucid has the Air Sapphire, and they basically outperformed the Plaid Model S in a quarter-mile race. So just some of the numbers, the Plaid finished 9.3 and the Sapphire 9.1. So here you go, the three vehicles. And then there's also, I believe, a Lamborghini or something. And they, or is it a Bugatti? I don't know what it is. But they basically did a quarter-mile race, and the Plaid was the fastest. Here's some of the numbers for weight: 5,291 pounds compared to the Tesla's 47. So that is actually very impressive. The Tesla weights less, so that you would think that would be a little bit faster just based on the weight ratio. But even though the Lucid's still a little heavier, it was able to push out more horsepower and outbeat or outperform the Tesla in the quarter mile. So now I guess it's technically the fastest production car ever made, I guess, on the electric side. There's one, yeah, the Bugatti also participated on here and finished the quarter mile in 9.3 times the Tesla. So that's just a little extra bonus news there for you guys. Let's go ahead and hop over to the charts. I guess since I'm looking at SPY, I'm just going to say the first thing you guys want to definitely follow is the indexes. When you're looking at your individual stocks, you want to follow the broad market. So one thing that I noticed on the SPY is I think we have a head and shoulders pattern here. So after we broke this neckline, you would expect that dump for the 2 days. And that's basically a bearish pattern. I think we are near the end of this pattern. We might have one more red day or green day if this is the bottom. But basically, it looks like we're near the bottom. But I would say at this point, since we're like at 381, 83, we came down to 381. I would think we would taste like 380 before or 378 to 380. I think we would test that range, and then possibly see a pivot there. But let's talk about Lucid and then give you guys an idea. So this is the trend that we've been talking about since like last November. We've been on a downtrend, and that's the main thing you want to follow here on the chart, is this downtrend that we have right here. So once you can actually cross over to this, start making higher lows, then there's going to be a change in trend where you go back up, and then you can actually work your way back up to maybe $10. There is, I mean, short term I'm bearish, short term, yeah, I'm bearish on the price. I think the first thing you want to do is, since we don't have any history as far as the price action, we're probably going to use supports as the psychological support numbers. So we'll do like $7. That would probably be the next support level. Let me go ahead and chart that up. So we'll do 650. About 650 will be the support, and then also $7. Since we don't have any previous history down here, that's going to be our next support level here. And we'll probably do that with increments. I mean, I think we could hit as low as $5, but we'll just have to wait. That'll be definitely down the road. From the date time frame, you can see we're still in negative bearish momentum, and then the MACD has no signs of crossing over for a bullish, maybe a bullish pivot there. So I would say at the very least we're probably going to retouch $7, and if we can hold there and get across this downtrend, we might be able to get back up to some higher levels there. But let me show you guys the 1 hour, because this one actually has a little bit more information, or maybe the 30-minute. Let's actually do the 30-minute. Let me see. So on the 30-minute, we've got obviously that big downtrend, or let's say what happened last time. So we had this uptrend here, this uptrend that we're building. That's what we're trying to do here with the price. So what you want to do is basically break out of this trend and then come back down and be able to support yourself, and then you can continue going up. But you can see last time we were building this support here, and then when we got to this level, we couldn't get back up there and hold it, so we got rejected basically. Yeah. So once we fell under this ascending support, we tried to reclaim it, and we couldn't get above this downtrend resistance, or we couldn't hold that support, so it became another sell-off. So I think what's going to happen is we might break out of this downtrend, and then if we can form this new trend like here somewhere, and we can support it and break out of this, then it'd be bullish. So I do think there is optimism in the short term. There's also a MACD crossover here on the 30-minute, and then we have bullish momentum. So towards the end, it looks like some people started stepping in here, but I would definitely be looking out for $7. So that's, I think maybe, I don't think I did a very good job of that. So let me go to a 1 hour, because I was doing 30 minutes. Yeah, so we have a downtrend here that we're trying to break out of. But honestly, there's a lot of work for this stock. We have the big downtrend that I mentioned from the daily, and then we also have other minor downtrend resistance that we're trying to fight out of. So we'll look at $7 as our main support. About 650 is going to be, and these are just basically psychological numbers because we don't have any previous history. I mean, the stock price has never been down here, so the most logical supports are going to be these incremental numbers, right? But it does look like there's some signs of support here and buyers stepping in. Like I said, MACD is trending upwards, so hopefully you can get some buyers to step in and a change in momentum here. But I think that's about all I have. Yeah, we talked about this last time and didn't play out as well as we thought it would. So I think that's gonna wrap it up. Yeah, we have a lot of work. So another trend right here. So I do think we'll probably retouch maybe 745, and then if we can hold this level, start building higher lows, then we'd form a support somewhere along here, and then we'd work our way back up. But yeah, a lot of work left for this one, but we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll probably do something like that, and then if we get rejected, you'll probably see another sell-off, and that's what we're probably working on right now. So we'll work on some support, something like this, and go from there. Does anybody have any questions? I didn't do a very good job on this, but obviously it's easy to tell we're in a downtrend, and no signs of a pivot yet or a crossover in the MACD. So I would expect $7 and then 650. Yeah, I will say one good thing about the daily time frame is the candle it's got a long wick, small body, so this could be a sign of a start of a bottom or sideways consolidation. So I would definitely keep an eye out on $7, but we could just consolidate around this area for a while. So let me move this here. We could consolidate around here. This is not what I wanted to do, but yeah, we could consolidate around this area right here. So yeah, I think that could be something, but it's very hard to be optimistic when you have a big downtrend that you can't get above. So right, so we tried to close above it and then got smacked back down. So no buyers coming in, and so it kind of just makes sense that we retouch around $7 and then possibly break out from there. And I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be making a Polestar video also. So once we broke this trend, yeah. GG basically down here, and then you just got to follow the trend, I guess. It's easier to say it now that it happened too, though, but there's a lot of work on this one. Damn, I'm gonna get rid of that. Does anybody have any questions on the chart or stuff? There's not much to go off. The MACD, like I said, is crossing over. So I like to use the 1 hour, 30 minutes, and the 15 minutes. But all of them have like these trends that we can't get above. So I would be expecting sell-offs coming back into these levels, like going into these, possibly come back down. And then, yeah, that's what I would be looking for. You could probably get a trend here somewhere. Yeah. So you see, once we make this, we form this ascending support, and then you break underneath it, it goes lower. So we're probably going to make something like that here. And if we can hold it, then we go back up and retouch some of these higher resistance. But I think that's pretty much all I got. I'll try to do some charts on Twitter, so you guys can follow me on Twitter, or yeah, just follow me on Twitter if you guys want to follow any charts and stuff. I post some stuff there. And I hope you guys have a great evening and a good weekend, and I'll have another. Do I have any tips on crypto? I don't really follow crypto anymore because all the stuff that's been going on. So I've been staying away from crypto right now, and doing the taxes for crypto is a mess. So I just stayed away from it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know which platform you use. I used to trade on KuCoin. I used to trade on, what was the other one? So I have a list of all the things I used to trade on, but I just gave it up. Not to mention I lost a lot of money on crypto. I just don't want to deal with it. So I traded on KuCoin. I have Gate.io. I had Binance USA, and also Voyager, Crypto. I never used Crypto.com. I have that app, but and BlockFi. So yeah, all these are bankrupt at this point, I think, right? Bitforex, I did. So KuCoin is still a thing. Bitforex, I think, is still a thing. Binance is still a thing, and Coinbase, of course, right? But some of the other ones, yeah, I had money in it. I lost money on some of them, and then also doing the taxes for your trading transactions. You're like, it was just a mess. Like I had like over like 1,000, and they wanted me to go in and input some missing fields, and yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. So once crypto, like, I don't even know what's gonna happen with crypto regulations and stuff. I don't know if they'll take it off, or yeah, I'm just waiting. I just don't want to deal with the tax thing on it, honestly. If I was to mess with crypto, I would probably just buy it and not sell it, put it in a cold wallet and just hold on to it, right? But if you're gonna try to day trade it, it's a mess, honestly. Not gonna lie. That's my tip though. Either just buy it and put it in a hard wallet and just hold on to it, or don't trade it, because unless you have, there's like auto like tax things for crypto, but I tried it and it was still for your taxes and stuff, and it was still a mess. It was, yeah, I didn't fill up everything correctly, and I'm trying to stay away from getting audited and stuff. So that's up to you how risk you can be, right? How riskful or whatever. Yes sir, right on. That's just my opinion though. There's people that still day trade it, and yeah, people day trade it on leverage and stuff, and I was doing some day trading on leverage, but and it's I mean, you can make some hella good money, but then you can lose it. And it's just like at the end of the year, I had to like go through all that paperwork for my tax things, and I didn't know how to do anything. And then if you call it TurboTax and stuff, half of them still don't know how to do some stuff because it's so new and stuff. So I can't really help on crypto, sorry, unfortunately. But I would say buy and hold it. If you're like long-term bullish, like there's people that bought Bitcoin at $5-10 and stuff, and you know, so if you're that type of guy that's gonna hold for like 3 years and stuff, or 5, then I would just put it in a cold wallet. Like I don't know, you have to research that up, but yeah, I think my brother actually has crypto in a cold wallet, and then you can just keep it, and then whenever things become stable and stuff, because you want to buy when shit's off, you know, fearful and stuff too, right? But I think I'm bearish on crypto right now still. I think we're gonna probably see like what, 10,000, I think. I can't remember the last price we looked at it on the daily. What is this doing? Yeah, like I think we're gonna come down to like at least 12,000. So there's really no point for me to buy crypto. Once it breaks like 15K, it's gonna start, people are gonna get liquidated and stuff. So I'm just gonna be patient. Plus there's kind of a pennant right here forming, so if that's gonna extend, then we'll probably keep going further down. If this is actually a pennant, then it'll probably consolidate or come down. It could come down to like 14, 15 and then break back out. So maybe 12 is too low for my target or something, but obviously 16 is not where I want it. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the video. If you guys have any questions or watching this later, please leave them in the comments, and please hit the like button for me. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'm gonna be doing a video with Trippy, and I'm also gonna be doing a video for just a stock market watch list and stuff. So if I did I talk about SPY? Yeah, I did talk about SPY. So on SPY, we were saying we have a head and shoulders pattern, and basically the head and shoulders pattern I think is fully complete. I think the bottom could be like 376, 378, and then we'll see like a day or two rally or something. But right now it's been like trying to fill this gap right here that we have, and then like I said, the head and shoulders pattern is up here. So we have a shoulder, kind of a head, and then a shoulder, and then we broke down, and the distance is basically like this distance here, and then you just copy it down here. So something like that. So it is near the bottom, but I think we'll hit 378 to 380, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I think that's it, and I'll be making videos later, so hit the notification bell if you guys want to join the next stream. Shout out to Mr. Brandon for tuning in, asking some good questions, and I hope you guys stay safe, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching.